Will Jenna use the Amethyst Power Veto to save herself? Will Brooke's sophomore season fall a bit short? Or will Bridget succumb to the poo? Find out now on Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. Hello, I'm Andrew Shevsik Moonves. Welcome to Big Brother Cheesecake 7 Chocolate Heaven. It's day 57 inside the Big Brother Cheesecake house, and this week Kennedy was the head of household. She nominated Brooke and Jenna for Eviction, and Willy Wonka nominated Rayanne as the third nominee. But Rayanne won the Golden Power Veto in the Big Brother Mr. Bingo Golden Power Veto competition, chose to use it on herself, and Kennedy nominated Owen in her place, but Bridget had the Pooh Brown Power Veto and she used it to save Owen, which means in just moments Brooke, Jenna, or Bridget will be evicted, finishing in 8th place and become the second member of the jury, joining Callum. Who will it be? We'll find out shortly. But first, this week has definitely been a very exciting one to watch. I am very intrigued with yesterday's deliberations, with the vote and with what happened. There was a lot of back and forth, and it was definitely an interesting result. And so now with, a month-ish? Yeah, about a month to go before we crown a winner, it's game on, and I'm very excited for the end game because I really don't know what's going to happen. A quick piece of information. There was somebody who asked me not to talk about Big Brother 24 because I have been spoiling things for them, even though they were a little bit behind. Because what I said yesterday, I already said it, so this isn't a spoiler again. But I said yesterday that Pooch was evicted. That actually technically wasn't a spoiler because it already aired on the episode. But I get their point. Sometimes I watch the feeds and I say things that haven't aired yet, or this person hasn't watched the episode yet. Big Brother 24 this season, it's been honestly kind of crappy, so I have no problem refraining from talking about it. It's not like when Big Brother Cheesecake 2 was airing at the same time of Big Brother 20, which was by far the best of the recent seasons of Big Brother US. And there, I wanted to talk about it on air, but for this season, I don't care. I think that was the only other overlap. The other one was Big Brother Canada 4, no, that would have been after, or Big Brother Cheesecake 4. Big Brother Cheesecake 5 ended right, there was a small overlap with Big Brother Canada 9. But Big Brother Canada 9, I wouldn't say it was boring, but it was just okay. It left a bad taste in my mouth that nobody from Season 8 was invited back to play Season 9, because a lot of them did nothing wrong. It was just the pandemic. So obviously you're not going to invite Carol back or Minley back after she did Ecstasy and Madeline's bathroom or whatever it was. It's a long story. Ask Michael Pez. So nobody was brought back from Season 8, and that bothered me. I feel like some of those people deserved a second shot, especially Brooke and Sheldon, I thought were in, well, even though he ended up being problematic. But Brooke and Sheldon were in a really good position that season, and there were a couple others who I thought were playing a really good game. And so I kind of would have wanted to see them again, and I don't think we ever will. I don't think anybody from Season 8 is coming back. So, oh well. Okay, so, I will say one thing. This is not a spoiler, but because I had it ready to go for today's episode. People on Twitter were upset with Pooch manspreading in the episode, seen here. I have nothing to complain about with that. Also, Brooke went to play bowling with her husband again, seen here. Hot cha-cha-cha. He bowled really well, so no divorce needed, but she bowled a 117 in her last game, which is honestly abhorrent. So anyway, Bridget also put a picture of her cat in the main chat, or somebody's cat. I don't know. It's a cat. Here it comes. Yay, cat! I like cats, so what can I say? Okay, let's get now onto some more important business. So let's talk about the pulse. So last week I tried to put in a softball one in so that we could get the numbers so that we can bat 500, and I said Caitlin from season 3. Nope. Nobody heard from Caitlin, so we are now only 3 for 8. So 3 out of 8. So is that right? 3 for 8? Yeah, 3 for 8. So we're going to just go with... Now I'm going to do the one that I was planning on doing last week, which was a very, very, very difficult one. I highly, highly doubt we're going to hear from him, but if anybody can wake up Renmal, who was the first person ever evicted in Big Brother Cheesecake history, voted out first in season 1, yeah, Renmal, good luck. That's going to be a loss, but if anybody can do it, you can. Willy Wonka voting is now open and will close tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Reminder that you must be, or a person voting, active house guests or evicted house guests this season cannot vote, but voters must be in the Big Brother Cheesecake org Facebook group in order for their vote to count. And the number of active alliance chats, this one is kind of interesting. We were at 2 last week. We plummeted from 7 to 2. 1 revived itself immediately, so that puts it to 3. And there's another one, so we are at 4. I will not reveal whether that one is new, though, or a revived one, but we now have 4 active alliance chats in the last 24 hours. Okay, before we get to the eviction vote, I just want to make sure I have everything correct. Yeah, there's one last thing, the Lindor sampler. So I'm actually going to leave it until after the eviction vote, because in the event that Brooke survives, it kind of changes what happens. So I'm going to just leave it, and we'll discuss it after the eviction vote. Okay, so now it's time to get to the live eviction vote. Brooke, Jenna, and Bridget, your housemates have cast their votes to evict, and I have the results. When I reveal the results of the eviction vote, the house guests will have about 15 minutes to say their goodbyes, gather her belongings before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Okay, here we go. By a vote of 3 to 1 to 0, Brooke, you are safe. Bridget, you are evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house. Oompa loompa doopy da doo. I have another puzzle for you. You shoved an arrow bar up your butt. Now you have a tummy ache and a bubble butt. Pa oompa doompa doompa dee doo. Bridget, you have about 15 minutes to say your goodbyes before I kick you the fuck out of the Facebook group chat. Thanks for playing. Better luck next time. Bridget, this one is so... They're all going to be painful at this point because I think everybody deserves to be here and everybody deserves the $700. But you played such an amazing game. You were recommended to me by Karen and Steven, and they did not disappoint because you have been such a pleasure to host. You came from Endure, which I know is a fantastic org, and so I kind of had high expectations for you, and you did not disappoint. I can't remember your exact placement. I think you placed better here, 8th, but I'm not sure. The first half of the game, you were flying under the radar, but it wasn't invisible. You were actually in alliances, and you were making moves, and I think the only couple things that I could say that kind of hurt you, besides obviously the Pooh Brown Power Veto, that wasn't your fault. You took a chance. The odds were well in your favor. I think 6 good, 2 bad. So you went for it. You got the Pooh, and you had the right idea to try and play it sooner rather than later so you don't get stuck. Because when you leave it for the final week of eligibility, the 4th week, you end up getting stuck. And you have a target on your back right away. And that whole week, I think people were discussing the possibility of voting you out. So you had the right idea of using it early, but week 1 happened to be the double eviction. So you're not going to put yourself on the block when 2 out of 3 nominees go home. That would have been stupid. So I agreed with you not using it there. And then you just had bad luck that Michael and Brooke both backdoored you. I don't know if Michael did it to move the Pooh Brown. I think Michael just needed a replacement nominee, and you were his safest bet to get Kilby out. So I don't think he was trying to screw you out of the Pooh or screw you into more Pooh. Brooke definitely did it so that I think she did. I don't. What she did it so that you would get stuck on the block the following week, and it worked. I mean, her plan worked there. She took a lot of shit for it. She arguably stabbed you in the back, but it was, I hate to say it, a good move. So the Pooh Brown, I don't blame you for at all. I also, when you told me that you were saving Owen, my first thought was, this girl is crazy. She needs a psychotherapist. But when I found out after the fact, and now I'm going to say it because you've been evicted anyway, so who cares at this point. You asked Jenna, Brooke, and Owen, if you save them with the Pooh, will they agree not to vote you out? And Brooke and Jenna said no. And I'm like, what? So you went with Owen because even though you weren't sure if Owen would keep his word or not, at least go with the person who's agreeing to keep you rather than the people that are saying, no, I'm going to vote you out. So I don't really blame you for that either. It may have long-term implications, negative implications for your allies, but arguably, it's hard to say whether that was a good or bad move. So I don't even blame you for that. I think the only thing is if you had not offered any of these deals and you had taken Brooke or Jenna off and sat next to Owen, I think Owen might have been tempting for some people, and I'm not sure. We'll never know what would have happened, but it would have been. Yeah, we'll never know because there's a couple of critical votes there. So yeah, maybe we'll find out after the season, but it's debatable as to whether you made the right move to take Owen off. I mean, he's telling you he's going to not vote to evict you, and the other two are saying, no, we are going to vote to evict you, so I get it. The other thing, because I don't want to go over, there was the Pooh Brown. You didn't win any comps this season, and I've always been a firm believer that you don't have to win comps to win Big Brother, but I think with your position in the game and in the house, it would have really helped to have had an HOH or a veto, especially in the last couple weeks. I think you didn't have a lot of leverage, and sometimes that's okay, but I think in this case, I wish you would have been able to win one. You did well overall in comps. Like, you weren't deplorable. You just didn't win any. There was one thing that you did that was brilliant, and I will talk about that with you on Extra Whip with Brazil and Nicole. You did have one phenomenal move this season, and there was another move you made. It's funny, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but like week 3 or 4-ish, yeah, you were in one alliance chat, and you fed the truth, but you fed it to somebody else, and you blamed it on another person, and we're going to talk about that on Extra Whip. So you did make subtle moves. Like, don't get me wrong, if you had made it to the end, you deserve to win. I don't know if you would have had the votes because your game was very under the radar. It was very similar to Brazil's game in Season 4, where people weren't recognizing the moves she was making. She luckily was able to prove her points and argue in the end that she won, but I think a lot of people didn't think of you as a big contender, whereas I think there was a lot of things you did correctly. Okay. Now, it's time to move on to the Lindor sampler. So Brooke survived. So Brooke, you get to choose between dark or orange. You get first choice. Then I will spin the wheel to determine who gets the second Lindor, which is whichever one Brooke doesn't pick. So none of you have to actually pick. Brooke is the only one that must pick dark or orange. Everybody will be on the wheel because you all said yes all season long. There are 24 wedges on the wheel, so since there are 7 of you, you each get 3. There are 3 wedges remaining. At 3 predetermined points throughout the day, I will ask in the group chat a before or after question, where the answer is either before or after. The first person to guess it right gets an extra wedge on the wheel. But beware, you guess wrong, you lose all your wedges on the wheel, and you are not eligible to gain any back if it's the first or second one. So if you don't want to play, you don't have to, but if you play and you guess wrong, you lose all your wedges. And your wedges will go to the person who gets the question right, that same question. But if you get the question right, you gain 1. There are 3 questions, which will fill up the wheel to 24 wedges, which we will spin tomorrow. Before I get to the head of household competition, I forgot one thing. I try not to compliment and pump people up too much in episodes because it could put a target on their back. But just like with Andrew last season, and just like with Owen this season, I have to compliment Jenna. Because Jenna, not only did you have the amethyst power of veto, you could have vetoed 2 eviction votes. And at the final 8, with only 4 people voting, I would have played it no matter how safe I felt. So the fact that you did not play the amethyst power veto and survived is very impressive. And I can reveal the vote was 3-1 to 0. Jenna, you were the 0, which means this was the last week of eligibility too, and you have earned a fast forward. You can play the fast forward in any week up to and including the week of the final 6. So it's this week or next week, and you must let me know prior to the nomination ceremony. So just like in Survivor, you could be evicted with it in your pocket if you don't play it and the house gets evict you. So be careful. If you choose to use your fast forward, you must play it prior to the original nomination ceremony. Okay, so congrats. Well done. Now we are going to get to the next head of household competition. Free from the threat of eviction, the head of household wins the perks of their private HOH bedroom and bathroom, a fruit basket with chocolate-covered raspberries, and the responsibility of nominating 2 of their fellow housemates for eviction. This competition is called Big Brother Jigsaw Cafe, and here's how it works. This competition premiered in Season 6, and I wasn't planning on having it this season, but it was so funny what happened that I had to do it again. In Season 6, everybody struggled with this competition. A lot of people hated it. And in the end, Karen won it by just 1 point. This time around, the competition is a little bit different. I will show you 10 pictures of jigsaw puzzle pieces, and you must guess what food item that is. Because this is a chocolate-themed season, every food item is chocolate-themed, or has chocolate in or on it. So that does narrow down the choices a bit compared to in Season 6 when it could have been anything like, I think, vegetable lasagna or banana split. If you're the first person to get it right, you get a point. There's no penalty for wrong answer. The most correct answers will win. In the event of a tie, we go to a tie-breaking question, and you must be specific because I need an exact match. I think that's everything. There was something else. Yeah, and I did mention to the house because last season this was a torture session for everybody. Everybody hated it. Okay, is everybody ready? Kennedy is outgoing head of household. You're not eligible to compete. The winner gets Mediterranean Avenue and Baltic Avenue, the purple color set that has no valid purpose, but... and yeah. Okay, so here we go. Is everybody ready? Let's begin! Question 1. Owen, chocolate cheesecake. Brooke, chocolate graham cracker pie. What the hell is that? Rayanne, s'mores. Jenna, caramel sponge cake. Javier, chocolate milk. I laughed at that one. Michael, caramel chocolate cheesecake. Rayanne then screams. I love when Rayanne just puts screams as her... I fucking love it. Bridget, yellow cake, chocolate icing. What? Anyway, the correct answer is... chocolate mousse. Nobody gets it right. And I've had that chocolate mousse. It's from Sugo. Absolute sex. Rayanne screams louder. Javier says, I knew there was a glass. Question 2. Brooke, strawberry chocolate milkshake. Jenna, Neapolitan ice cream. Javier, chocolate and strawberry milkshake. Owen, Neapolitan ice cream. Bridget, Neapolitan ice cream. Michael, Neapolitan ice cream. Rayanne, Neapolitan ice cream. The correct answer is... Neapolitan ice cream. Wow, on the second question, we have a correct answer. Jenna is the first to get it correct. She scores a point. Question 3. Owen, chocolate chip cookie. Javier, creme brulee. Oh, so good. Jenna, s'mores. Seems to be a theme. Rayanne, caramel chocolate chip cookie. Brooke, chocolate chip cookie dough cookie. Michael, coconut chocolate pie. Bridget, chocolate chip cookies. The correct answer is chocolate chip banana bread. Nobody gets it right. Jenna still has 1 point. Question 4. Brooke, chocolate eclair donut. Jenna, Boston cream. Owen, Boston cream donut. Javier, chocolate syrup. Bridget, chocolate pie. Rayanne, chocolate sauce. Michael, chocolate covered Madeleine. Ooh, that sounds yummy. The correct answer is Boston cream donuts, which I love. If there were no calories in that, I could just live off of those. Jenna's answer of Boston cream, it's not an exact match. Spelling, I forgive spelling, but not saying donuts. Sorry, that's not right. So Owen gets the point. Jenna and Owen each have 1 point. Javier says, I'd be crushing this if it was in Spanish. Rayanne, I'm so impressed. Question 5. Rayanne, s'mores. And there was no s'mores at any point, which is hilarious. Owen, chocolate fudge. Jenna, dulce de leche. Bridget, chocolate ice cream. Michael, s'mores. Javier, cinnamon roll with cocoa. Brooke says ice cap. The correct answer is... I was impressed that Brooke got iced cappuccino. I would have accepted iced coffee, by the way, for the non-Canadians, but I was very impressed with that. And to be honest, because she took a while to answer, a part of me, I'm not going to lie, thought she was cheating, so then I was on cheating alert to watch to see if she waits for a long time and has some, like, Julian-esque jigsaw unscrambler app on her phone or something. I was like, okay, I'm on high alert, lady. But, yeah, so it is iced cappuccino. Brooke 1, Jenna 1, Owen 1. Question 6. Rayanne stretches eyeballs. Javier, chocolate cookie dough. Jenna, banana cream pie. Bridget, pain au chocolat. Owen, chocolate cookie. Rayanne, ice cream sandwich. Michael, s'mores. I should have Joanne make s'mores next week. That sounds fun. That's going to be the recipe for next week. Thank you. Let me write that down quickly. Joanne s'mores. Joanne s'mores. Yummy. Brooke, coconut cream pie. The correct answer is white chocolate macadamia cookies. Nobody gets it right, but then Rayanne says, oh, how obvious. 3 people laughed at it, myself, Owen, and Javier. Brooke says, wow. Owen, dead. Javier, my second guess. Question 7. Javier, chocolate ice cream. By the way, I thought this was the easiest one of all of them. Rayanne, brownies. Brooke, chocolate ice cream. Bridget, Rocky Road ice cream. Owen, Cocoa Puffs. Michael, Cocoa Puffs. Jenna, Snickerdoodles. The correct answer is Cocoa Puffs. So Owen now leads 2 to Brooke's 1 to Jenna's 1 to 0 everybody else. Question 8. Owen, chocolate fudge. Javier, Ferrero Rocher. Bridget, Nestle Crunch. Brooke, Snickerdoodle cookie. Michael, chocolate covered Rice Krispie. Good guess. Rayanne, Crunch bar. Also good guess, and ironic given what's coming. Jenna, Bear Paw. The correct answer is chocolate covered gummy bears. Nobody gets a point, and then I had tomatoes thrown at me with ew, the fuck, ew, oh my god, why? I'm glad none of us got that right. Me too. Eat a Turkish delight. My grandmother and I, we used to go to Eaton Center in like the 90s. They used to have white chocolate covered gummy bears, and they were only the pineapple gummy bears. So like the white gummy bears, I think, or the yellow. No, it wasn't yellow. I think it was white. The clear ones covered in white chocolate. That was very good. But anyway, question 9. Javier, chocolate donut. Rayanne, Twix. Bridget, chocolate covered donut. Owen, chocolate eclair. Jenna, ladyfinger. Michael, Samoa cookies. And good guesses. Brooke, chocolate cannoli. Brooke, you were so close with chocolate cannoli. And also, there was another close one. Chocolate Eclair was close too. The correct answer is chocolate croissant. Nobody gets a point. So Owen has 2, Jenna 1, Brooke 1. Going to question 10. Owen chocolate cheesecake, Michael Samoa cookie, Jenna Belgian waffles, Rayanne chocolate waffle cone. That's a good guess. Javier cranberries chocolate something. Brooke chocolate raspberry donut. The correct answer is, which means nobody gets a point, and Owen, congratulations, you are the new head of household. Kennedy, please hand over the key to the HOH bedroom and bathroom to Owen. Owen, you have until 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow to privately message me your 2 nominees and a reason why. So, what will happen in the final Lindor sampler of the season? Find out tomorrow. And Friday, who will Owen nominate for Eviction and who will Willy Wonka nominate as the 3rd nominee? And we will have the final veto lottery of the season. Saturday is Extra Week where Brazil, Nicole, and I will join Bridget to dish the dirt. Sunday is the Golden Power Veto competition, which is a fun competition and brief, so don't worry about time. Monday is the Golden Power Veto ceremony. Tuesday, the final 3 nominees plead their case. And Wednesday is the next live eviction and head of household competition. Another house guest will be evicted from the Big Brother Cheesecake 7 house, get a tummy ache from eating too much chocolate, and lose their shot at the $700 cash prize. I'm Andrew Strauss of Moonbest. Take care, and remember, 9 out of 10 dentists agree crunch is good for their business. Good night.